You won't believe that Sarasota has over 100 new construction communities. So which ones are actually worth checking out? Well, if you're looking to retire in Sarasota but want a new low maintenance lifestyle with an active community and plenty of amenities, then I have a few of the best new construction neighborhoods that I think you should consider. I'm gonna rank them. I'm gonna rank them, the worst being a C, then we're gonna go to B, and then we're gonna go to A, being the ones that I think are the top tier in this category. And remember, you should take all these rankings with a grain of salt, because the worst for some is the best for others, you know, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this is just my experience after helping over 75 families buy and sell over $50 million in new construction homes in the Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch over the last couple of years. Now, quick short story about a client of mine. We met for lunch and he pulled out this spiral notebook of notes. And after we talked, he looked at me with his notebook in hand and he said, "Matt, what you've shared with us in a quick lunch could have saved us the last 30 days of driving around to all of these communities." So seriously, if you're watching this, listen up so we can help you save your time. But also, if you want my team to custom tailor a home search for you, please fill out the buyer questionnaire so we can help you pick the top 2 to 3 communities that you should be focusing on during your home search. Starting with C-rated communities, we've got 2. We got 2 in each category. The first one is Artistry. Now, this may come as a surprise to a lot of people, so let me just give you my thoughts before you try and roast me in the comment section below. Artistry is built by Coulter, and while I like their product and their quality, they've had a tough time selling in Artistry. See, they started selling back in 2017, and it was only planned to be around a 500 home community. On the contrary, there was a popular neighborhood that also started in 2017 down in Palmer Ranch called Esplanade at Palmer Ranch. They started at the same time, and Esplanade was supposed to be around a 650 home community. They were both, I think, going after the same retiree demographic, and Esplanade sold out in 2022. And here we are, 2024, Artistry still has a ton of lots available for sale. And I think the biggest pain point that they had, especially in the beginning, was initially they were selling these expensive homes and it was not a maintenance-free community. And since then, they've corrected that. They changed that. They now are a maintenance-free community, but they are also not what I would consider to be an amenity-rich community. And what I mean by that is, yes, they have a pool and a fitness center, but it's pretty small. And they say they have pickleball, but not really. They have a sports court and it's got a movable pickleball net that is on wheels. So that's not really what I think a retiree is looking for. They don't have an activities director on staff either. An activity director is someone on site, part of your HOA, that puts on community events for the residents to meet other residents. Again, that's a huge draw for a retiree. Artistry, essentially their residents, they've got to develop these clubs and get-togethers really on their own. Now, number 2 in the C-ranked category for retirees is Cassia at Sky Ranch. Now, keep in mind, I'm giving this a C for retirees and what it is that I found that retirees want. Well, what they don't want is they don't want a neighborhood filled with cars along the streets, kids' bikes everywhere, and people's grass and weeds just overtaking the yard. Cassia at Sky Ranch has some incredible price points to get in on, and the amenities are pretty massive and impressive as well. They feature multiple pools, indoor basketball courts, a rock climbing wall, grab-and-go cafe, tennis, pickleball playgrounds, dog parks, and there's more. And there's a lot of housing floor plans that are geared towards 4 and 5 bedrooms as well. Now, I know realtors, we can't say demographics, all this stuff, so I tell people, listen, look at the floor plans that the builders are building. If they have 4 to 5 bedroom homes, who do you think they're building that house for? I can tell you it's likely not the snowboard or the empty nester. Now, Cassia is not maintenance free either, so residents either have to mow their own grass or hire a service to do that. The first community on my B list is Esplanade at Sky Ranch. This is built by Talon Morrison and is part of the Esplanade family. See, Talon Morrison has built Esplanades all over the state of Florida and they've sold very, very well. Esplanade at Sky Ranch is located east of I-75 off Clark Road, and you're probably about 25 to 30 minutes to the beach as well as downtown Sarasota. So there's also not a ton of shopping and dining nearby. And what I mean by nearby is not within 5 to 10 minutes. Now, you're gonna have a grocery store. There's like a grocery store like a Publix, I feel like, on every corner. So you're gonna have that really close by. But where a lot of people are driving towards their main shopping and dining, you're probably around 15 to 20 minutes from these things, which may not sound that far of a drive compared to where you're currently living right now. But in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch, there are several other communities that have a much shorter commute. Esplanade is a maintenance-free community, and they mainly offer only 2 to 3 bedroom single-story floor plans. They have their own amenity center, which is just Esplanade residents, but they also have access to the larger one at Cassia at Sky Ranch. And a huge announcement that Esplanade just made is that they are also building another amenity center within Esplanade that will have the poolside tiki bar restaurant, which is kind of pretty famous for a lot of their communities that they're known for. The next community within the B category is a designated 55+ community. It's called Crestwind. It's located located in the northern side of Lakewood Ranch and will have all the amenities activities a retiree typically would be looking for. Hence why it's geared towards 55 plus, right? The downside to it is that you are on the north side of Lakewood Ranch. So you're gonna be around 40 minutes to the beach. They might say, oh, you're 20 minutes to the beach. You're not. You're probably gonna be 40 minutes to the beach, and you're probably gonna be 35 minutes to downtown Sarasota. So you're likely just gonna be doing a lot of things within Lakewood Ranch or Lakewood Ranch Main Street or on the south side at Waterside Place. The other thing I don't love is a designated 55 plus community. You and I have talked on the phone. We've probably chatted about this, and why I don't love when they're designated that is, let's say you are 52 or 53 years old. You're an empty nester and you want to live and kind of like retire with all these amenities. You can't live in there. And if you're trying to sell your house living in Crestwind, you can't market to that person, even though you are trying to market towards retirees or empty nesters. So I would much rather, personally, if I was in that age range and demographic, I would much rather live in a community like what we had talked about of Esplanade, because it's not designated 55 plus, but all of their floor plans and their amenities are geared towards that 55 plus, but you could resell it to somebody who's in their 40s, and you open up your options to sell to a lot of different people. Now, moving up to my two A-rated communities for retirees. The first is Talon Preserve. Talon Preserve is located at the southern end of Palmer Ranch. They are the only community on this list that do not have a CDD fee. They are also about 8 to 10 minutes to Nokomis Beach, 20-ish, 25 minutes to Siesta Key Beach, 30 minutes to downtown Sarasota as well. Their amenities, they're pretty amazing, especially when you go and tour them. They got tennis, pickleball, resort pool, amazing clubhouse, fitness. They have a poolside full service restaurant. Like, they've got it all. And they make the A category because of their location and amenities. Now, the last rated community for retirees is a luxury community within Waterside at Lakewood Ranch called Wild Blue. Wild Blue is going to be built by 5 different custom home builders. These builders are some of the cream of the crop for our area, and it makes the list not only for that, but also for the amenities and the location. Amenities, they're gonna have an indoor and outdoor dining, golf simulator, pools, tennis, clubhouse, pickleball, putting green, dog parks, walking paths. There's gonna be a lot more. There's also gonna be a full-time activities director on staff putting on weekly and monthly events for residents, and I love the location within Waterside. You can literally take your golf cart, go get your groceries, or take your golf cart into what's called Waterside Place. Waterside Place is its own little downtown area for the surrounding communities of Waterside. They host the #1 rated farmers market in Florida every Sunday, as well as tons of other weekly and monthly events. So these 6 communities are a great place to start when looking at communities geared towards that retirement age, but it's certainly not all of them. And there are a lot of other communities that I have on my top ranked communities video this year that didn't make this list. So make sure to watch that video to see what other ones that I think are the best ones in our area. But you're probably wondering, Matt, what about prices, right? I left that out, right? What about prices for these neighborhoods? I've got you covered for that. I created a PDF comparison sheet linked in the video description below that you can click and download for free. It's going to give you the price ranges for all these communities we talked about today, as well as compare some of the other details side by side for you. So you can literally just download it, look at it, and you're probably going to be navigated towards, 1 or 2 of them. But at the end of the day, the best thing to do is get on a call with someone from my team. We are the #1 new home resource on YouTube for Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. We know how to help you navigate new construction. Again, in that story I shared at the beginning of this video, sitting down with somebody who had driven in his car for 30 days, spent a whole month driving to all these different neighborhoods, and we sat down in 1 hour. He said, Matt, you could have just saved me 30 days of my life. Go ahead, email me at info@mattlight.com or call or text the number on the screen to get started with all that today. Listen, thanks for watching today. Don't forget to watch my top ranked new construction communities video for this year right here. I'll see you in the next one.